Greetings, devoted fans of Days of Our Lives. Welcome back to another electrifying edition of TV Days Drama Digest, where we plunge headfirst into the heart-pounding mysteries and tangled webs of Salem's most gripping storylines. Today, we're tearing into one of the juiciest questions currently haunting the cobblestone streets of our favorite fictional town. Could Belle Black, the poised and principled daughter of John Black and Marlena Evans, be the one who pulled the trigger on E.J. DiMera? The very thought sends shivers down the spine, doesn't it? Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a dramatic, detail-laden exploration of this tantalizing theory, dissecting every clue, every glance, and every whispered secret that points to Belle as the potential shooter. Let's unravel this mystery together, with all the suspense and intrigue that only Days of Our Lives can deliver. The shooting that shook Salem. The saga begins with a gunshot that echoed through Salem like a thunderclap, leaving E.J. DiMera charismatic, cunning, and perpetually embroiled in DiMera family chaos, wounded and reeling. The bullet that struck him wasn't just a physical blow. It was a narrative bombshell that sent shockwaves through the Days fandom. Who could have dared to take aim at the formidable E.J.? As viewers, we've watched him navigate corporate battles, family betrayals, and romantic entanglements with the finesse of a seasoned chess master. But this time, someone got the better of him, and the question of who pulled the trigger has become the talk of the town. E.J., ever the strategist, claims he doesn't know the identity of his assailant, but his piercing gaze and cryptic remarks suggest otherwise. In a heated exchange with Gwen Rizek, his confidant and occasional partner in crime, E.J. drops a bombshell. He's certain that Marlena, the revered psychiatrist and matriarch of the Black family, knows more than she's letting on. The plot thickens as E.J. and Gwen huddle in a dimly lit corner of the DiMera mansion, piecing together the puzzle with the intensity of detectives in a noir thriller. Their deduction? The shooter is someone both E.J. and Marlena have a vested interest in protecting. The air grows heavy with suspicion as Gwen, with her trademark bluntness, blurts out, "Damn. It was Belle Black who tried to kill you, wasn't it?" The accusation hangs in the air like a storm cloud, charged with possibility. Gwen quickly backtracks, dismissing her own theory with a nervous laugh, but E.J.'s silence speaks volumes. His eyes, always a window to his calculating mind, betray a flicker of acknowledgement. Belle Black, could she really be capable of such a violent act? The idea seems preposterous at first. Belle, the golden girl of Salem, a lawyer with a heart of gold and a moral compass that rarely wavers, doesn't exactly scream attempted murderer. But as we've learned time and again in Salem, appearances can be deceiving, and even the purest hearts can be pushed to the edge. The courtroom drama unfolds, the mystery deepens as the storyline shifts to the courtroom, where the stakes are higher than ever. Marlena, poised and composed despite the weight of scrutiny, takes the stand in a scene that could rival any legal thriller. Under oath, she reveals a stunning detail. During a hypnosis session, E.J. recalled that his shooter was a woman. The revelation lands like a grenade in the courtroom, sending gasps rippling through the jury and spectators alike. A woman? The pool of suspects narrows, and the spotlight swings dangerously close to Belle. E.J., ever the master manipulator, seizes the moment to declare his son, John Roman DiMera, innocent of the crime. The courtroom buzzes with confusion. Why would E.J., a man known for his ruthless pursuit of justice, so quickly absolve his own flesh and blood? The answer lies in the tangled web of loyalty and secrets that binds the DiMera and Black families. As Belle, now a key figure in the trial, cross-examines her mother, the tension is palpable. Marlena, caught in a rare moment of vulnerability, admits that, even under hypnosis, E.J. could be lying. After all, hypnosis isn't a truth serum, it's a tool, and E.J. is nothing if not a master of bending tools to his advantage. But then, in a twist that sends the courtroom into a frenzy, E.J. redirects Marlena with a question that cuts to the core. Does she believe his memories are genuine? Marlena, her voice steady but her eyes betraying a storm of emotion, concedes that she believes EJ's recollection is legitimate. The admission is a bombshell, one that seems to inch Belle closer to the edge of suspicion. If EJ's memory is true, and the shooter is indeed a woman, could Belle, Marlena's own daughter, be the one hiding behind the smoking gun? Belle's past. A history of accusations and exoneration. To understand whether Belle could be capable of such a drastic act, we must delve into her past, a tapestry woven with moments of triumph, heartbreak, and, yes, accusations of violence. Longtime Days fans will recall the infamous Charlie Dale murder case, a storyline that saw Belle thrust into the center of a similar storm. Back then, Belle was accused of shooting Charlie, a man whose dark deeds had left a trail of pain in Salem. The evidence seemed damning, her fingerprints on the weapon, her presence at the scene, but in true soap opera fashion, the truth was far more convoluted. Belle was eventually exonerated when it was revealed that Jan Spears, the scheming vixen with a penchant for chaos, was the true culprit. That history looms large as we consider the current mystery. Could this be another case of Belle being falsely accused, her name dragged through the mud only to be cleared in a dramatic 11th-hour twist? Or is there a darker truth lurking beneath the surface? The parallels between the Charlie case and EJ's shooting are uncanny. Both involve a shooting, a female suspect, and a web of conflicting motives. But unlike the Charlie case, where Belle's innocence was ultimately proven, the current storyline feels more ambiguous, more fraught with moral complexity. Did Belle accidentally shoot EJ in a moment of passion or panic? Or is there a deeper, more calculated motive at play? Why Belle? Unraveling the motives, let's entertain the possibility that Belle is, indeed, the shooter. What could drive a woman like Belle, known for her integrity and devotion to her family, to such an extreme act? To answer this, we must consider the intricate dynamics of her relationships with both EJ and Marlena. Belle and EJ have a complicated history, marked by moments of alliance and betrayal. As a DiMera, EJ is no stranger to stirring up trouble, and his actions have often rippled outward, affecting those closest to Belle. Could EJ have crossed a line, perhaps threatening someone Belle loves, like her daughter Claire or her husband Sean? The protective instincts of a mother and wife could push even the most level-headed woman to the breaking point. Then there's Marlena, the linchpin in this mystery. Marlena's role as EJ's confidant and therapist places her in a precarious position. If she knows Belle is the shooter, her silence speaks to a fierce maternal loyalty. But why would Marlena protect Belle at the cost of her own credibility? The answer may lie in a secret so explosive that its revelation could tear the Black family apart. Perhaps Belle's actions were tied to a moment of desperation, say, defending Marlena herself from some unseen threat posed by EJ. Or maybe Belle stumbled upon a DiMera plot that endangered Salem, and in a moment of rash judgment, she took matters into her own hands. Another angle to consider is Belle's mental state. Days of Our Lives has never shied away from exploring the psychological toll of living in Salem, where betrayal and danger lurk around every corner. Could Belle have been pushed to her breaking point by the cumulative stress of her legal battles, her strained marriage, or the constant drama of her family? A moment of temporary insanity isn't out of the realm of possibility, especially in a town where hypnosis, amnesia, and doppelgangers are par for the course. The twist: is history repeating itself? The specter of the Charlie Dale case looms large, raising the question, are we witnessing a repeat of history, or is this a darker turn for Belle's character? In the Charlie case, Belle's innocence was a relief, a testament to her enduring goodness. But what if this time, the writers are taking a bolder, more dramatic approach? Imagine a scenario where Belle did shoot EJ, not out of malice, but in a tragic accident born of misunderstanding. Perhaps she mistook him for an intruder, or maybe the gun went off during a heated confrontation. The guilt of such an act would weigh heavily on Belle, explaining her evasiveness and Marlena's protective silence. Alternatively, the true shooter could be someone else entirely, with Belle once again caught in the crosshairs of a false accusation. Jan Spears, the mastermind behind Charlie's death, is no stranger to framing others for her crimes. Could she be back, pulling strings from the shadows? Or perhaps Sammy Brady, EJ's ex-wife and Belle's sister, has a role to play. Sammy's history of impulsive, vengeful acts makes her a perennial suspect, and her absence from the current suspect pool feels suspiciously convenient. The writers of Days are notorious for their red herrings, and this could be the ultimate misdirection. The courtroom's final act as the trial unfolds, the drama reaches a fever pitch. Belle, now under intense scrutiny, must navigate a minefield of accusations and half-truths. Her legal prowess is put to the test as she defends not only her client, but also her own reputation. The courtroom scenes are a masterclass in tension, with every cross-examination and objection laced with subtext. EJ's cryptic glances toward Belle, Marlena's measured responses, and Gwen's relentless probing all add layers to the mystery. The jury, like the audience, is left hanging on every word, desperate for clarity. One particularly gripping moment comes when Belle confronts EJ directly on the stand. The exchange is electric, a verbal duel between two formidable opponents. EJ, with his trademark smirk, hints at a shared secret, while Belle counters with steely resolve, refusing to be baited. The audience is left to wonder, is this a battle of wits between a shooter and her victim, or a desperate attempt by Belle to clear her name? The fan perspective, what do you think? Here at TV Days Drama Digest, we're as hooked as you are, and we want to hear your theories. Is Belle Black the shooter, driven by a hidden motive or a tragic mistake? Or is she being framed, caught in yet another Salem conspiracy? The beauty of Days of Our Lives lies in its ability to keep us guessing, to make us question even the most beloved characters. Drop your thoughts in the comments, tweet us with #DaysDrama, or join our live discussion on the TV Days Drama Digest channel. Let's unravel this mystery together, one dramatic twist at a time. The bigger picture. What's next for Belle? As we await the next chapter in this riveting storyline, one thing is certain, Belle Black's journey is far from over. Whether she's guilty, innocent, or somewhere in between, her character is poised for a transformative arc. A guilty verdict could send her spiraling into a dark exploration of redemption, while exoneration might cement her as Salem's ultimate survivor. Either way, the fallout from this shooting will reshape her relationships with Marlena, EJ, and the entire town. The Days of Our Lives writers have a knack for turning the tables, and we can't wait to see where this story leads. Will Belle emerge as a tragic heroine, a misunderstood victim, or something entirely unexpected? One thing's for sure, in Salem, nothing is ever as it seems, and the truth is always just one twist away. So, dear readers, grab your popcorn and settle in for the ride. The mystery of EJ's shooting is far from solved, and Belle Black is at the heart of it all. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.